Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Monday Moments, where I share tips, tricks, and helpful hints. I'm Sean with Manly Made Minute. Today, we're going another week where we're getting out some background stamps, and we're going to get out some washi tape that we probably tend to forget in our drawer, our little bucket. Mine's usually in one of these little buckets, and we're going to use it two ways. So, before we go down to my down cam, get started, going to be two simple cards. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Would love to have you follow me here on YouTube and be part of my YouTube family. And then you can also find me on Instagram at Manly Made Minute. So let's head down to my down cam and show you what we're going to do today. So I have gotten out one of my scrap backgrounds from experimenting. I think I did this for one of my very first videos. And I want to use this, but I want to jazz this up just a tiny bit more than what it is. It's a little monotone for the card I want to make out of it with some washi tape for the option number 2. So I've just got my Craft Tacky 8x8 Simon Says stamp crafty mat, tacky mat to put this down and stencil over this. I'm using this Floral Daisy stencil. I don't remember. I've had it for so long. I don't know if it's brand name. I don't think it's brand name, but I've had it for a very long time. So I'm going to throw this over the top. And because I have my background pre-done, I pre-made this. So this I did with Distress Oxide, Kitsch Flamingo, and Selvage Patina. And I just, ink blended, water splattered it and lifted that up. And this is the background I want to use for this. So we're going to put that aside for now. I'm going to take peacock feathers. And I'm just going to cover the rest of this with peacock feathers. Not too heavy. I just want a little color to splash through on the variation of this background so that I can add some design element to this card. And I'm just doing the background. I'll probably do a floral or something like that and die cut it and put it over the top. But we're just going to do a background tip for you today. So I'm just taking that extra background and putting a stencil over the top to get some sort of design element on that. And I can see it already. You can see some of that purple popping through. That looks really nice. Really, really nice, actually. All right, let's just pop this up. Quick, easy, and simple, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I want to use this vertically. So I'm going to cut a 2-inch strip off of this. And then we're going to apply that vertically onto my background. So let me just cut a 2-inch strip here. And essentially I could get about 2 to 3 cards off of this with this piece. I could cut this in 2 squares. I could cut this down the middle and use this piece, 2 more times. So, all right. I'm just going to go off my tacky mat here because we're going to use this again. And then I'm just going to go, I think I did 5 by 3 and 3 7/8 is my card base. So I'm just going to cut this down to 5. Let me just double check to make sure that is 5. Yeah. That way I have it the same length, full length of my card base, all right? Then we're going to just glue this straight down the center of my card base. Just like so. Now, add just one more quick little element to this. Now, we do it all the time where we take little strips of paper, little, glitter paper, whatever we want to do to put a little edging on that. We're going to go and grab that washi tape. So grab yourself some washi tape. You can see my washi tape here. I don't have a big collection. I don't have a big collection of designs. I typically use these just to tape down my die cut elements when I die cut because it's just low tack. But I don't think I've ever made a card out of them, and I just got thinking, hey, my first inspiration is this card that's sitting here that we're going to do, and then I got thinking I could make a card out of this with my my washi tape and some background. So I have matching here, and I think I'm going to go with the leaves because then it kind of goes with the florals. And I'm going to put one piece of washi tape this slightly apart from that just to give a little color in between. Okay, So I'm going to do one on each side. Then I just want to bring in some purple, and I had this purple one, very, very thin one. And so I'm just going to add one more little strip on either side of that other tape. Just like so. So we're just going to give it a little sliver pretty close next to it. And then what I'm going to do probably with this card is I'm going to make a floral and probably die cut it to put on and up on dimensionals on top of this. So, and with the tape, I don't even need to cut this off. I'm just going to fold that under like so. And there is a very quick, easy little background. Okay? Option number 2, which was my original inspiration, was to use this washi tape as a spacer to do ink blending. Okay? So I have pre-prepped this background. I've got this width and this width laid down. Okay? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back through and pull off this width of paper, the thicker width. I'm going to leave the thin ones there. So I just went and spaced all this out already. Now I'm just going to take and remove the thicker pieces, like so. I took a scrap background that I had left of some butterflies, cut an 1.5 inch strip, and then centered that down where I knew that this was going to lay out. Now what I'm going to do is I just want to ink blend this, and I'm going to use, I'll just use the same peacock feathers because it kind of matches what I have going on here. I could alternate this, I could do it, you know, alternate stripes with this, but you know what, let's just alternate stripes. Let's get out that kitsch flamingo, and let's just alternate. So I'm going to use some Post-it notes to block off what I don't want to color. Okay? So I'm just going to line this up on top of that tape. Okay? And we're just going to get another small one here because I just don't want to grab this little corner over here. All right. I'm going to do peacock feathers first. And now I'm just going to ink blend on that in between. All right, now all I need to do is I'm just going to switch this around. And I'll just use my tacky tape here, or my tacky mat. And what I'm doing is I'm just leaving that little strip that will be my, essentially that's going to be my white on the underneath when I pull this off. And we're just going to rotate again. I could have left the wider stripes, you know, whichever ones you want. Now I have some really wide ones, which would have worked great with this too. And then we'll just get this little end. And then my final little corner here. So I'm leaving this as my design element in the middle. Now I've ink blended and I've pulled off the tape, and now I'm just going to remove the rest of this washi tape. So I'm not using the washi tape as my design element, I'm using it as my masking elements to get the different widths in between. And if I can get that close, and then I've just got a nice little stripe. Now I got a little tear, but that's okay. We'll just go right over that, like so. And that probably could get covered up with my design element anyway. So So option 2, no, let me just cut this so you can kind of see what I was going to do here. And I'll put this on a matte background, probably another floral or even more butterflies or something over the top of this to make a card. So I've got 2 options for washi tape. There you have it. I'm going to show you front view because my side light here tends to glare and this camera focuses really nice. So that's my element number 1. And then this is number 2, using it as my masking, and here I am using the washi tape on my card. Hopefully that's a great tip for you. Hopefully you have some of your unused washi tapes that we tend to buy and use them for just die cutting, and then we never use them as design elements very often. Stretch those creative juices, get them out, get out some scraps, and play with your tape. All right? Thank you so much for hanging with me. Glad to have you, and until next time, I'll see you then.